What's up, fellow frothers? Hopefully, you're all getting some time on the water and enjoying the spring. It's been windy, it's been cold up in the Great Lakes, but it's been good. Wow, Chicama, Peru. Woo! What a dream come true. This place is incredible. I've been thinking about going to Peru for like 15 years. It's been on the radar since kiting days when I really got into kiting with the surfboard strapless, and I figured it's time to go for my 40th birthday. Gotta treat yourself, get it in, you just never know, right? So this is definitely a little bit of a longer video. As far as the video part goes, I start on the inside section closest to the hotel, and then I make my way further out to the point as the video progresses. I'm going to give commentary throughout the whole thing, touching on the hotel, conditions, food, how it all went down. So stick with me. And thanks for tuning in. So getting there, I got to Miami. David Silverstein, nywaterman, he has his place pretty dialed. He's been here so many times, so I contacted him and joined his crew. There was about 9 of us in total, all great guys, people from all over. It was a lot of fun. And anyways, yeah, got to Miami and then flew LATAM Airlines Miami to Lima. That's about a 6-hour flight, and we did the red eye overnight, and then from Lima, Peru to Trelew, probably butchering that completely. My Spanish is beyond pitiful. You can just write gringo right on my forehead. Anyways, after you make it to Trelew, which is about an hour flight from Lima, then it's like a 1-hour taxi ride, pretty easy, to Chicama, which is a fishing village. On your screen right now, this is the inside section in Chicama, and I think that was my favorite part. It got steeper and the wave would just stand up and you could look so far down the line and you'd just be going so fast just trying to make the next section. It was incredible when you could line a long one up and just fly so fast down for like a kilometer. And not as big as the outside, but a little bit more powerful and punchier of a wave, but it was incredible just how long it would stand up for. Oh!
Awesome.
Oh!
Very good.
So good, dude. So when you look out on the water, it's almost like wave pool quality, just how the lines peel and it jacks up. It's just unbelievable. So Chicama, the longest wave in the world. Let's find out how long these runs actually are. So typically you'd start way out at this outer point here, and the beginning can be a little bit steep, and then the waves would kind of fade out, so you always got to look and watch where you're going, reading that wave the whole time to connect all the sections. Right around here, about halfway mark, it would start to jack up the wave again, getting into this point, and then past this point all the way to that pier. It was just like my favorite section in there. Steep, the wave would stand up and just, you could scream down the line for like a kilometer. Really fun. So about 3.3 kilometers long the whole run. Whew, incredible. So this is a good view from far out. That's that end point, and if you want to take it all the way from the outside, that's where you start. And like I was saying, the waves are a little bit more powerful. They can break, but they would reform if they're going to break in front of you. You can just kind of keep on going down the side, and you'll get out of that whitewash and into another section. This whole entire area is just phenomenal foiling wave. It was just surreal. Just keep on going on one wave. I don't think you could surf this wave. Definitely a foil kind of wave, this first section. So if you could read the wave right and stay with that energy, you could just ride it all the way in. It wasn't every single one a gimme to get it all the way in. You had to link some things up and stay in the pocket. I think downwinding really helped me at reading the water and just staying where you need to be. That was, the period of the swell, I think one day got up to 18 seconds. So if you can ride downwinding, this is like so blatantly obvious where you need to go. That being said, it being such a long period and drawn out like that, it was good foiling for experts. You can stay in the pocket and try to do those critical turns like at the steepest part of the wave, and then if you're beginning, you can ride way out on the shoulder where it's not as steep and just kind of straight line it as well. So it really can cater to all abilities. Like if you're pretty confident on the foil and have a little bit of wave knowledge, you should be, able to ride in Chicama. It's pretty cool. But these endless long runs, it was just incredible. It was like you're just going pretty fast with these super drawn out long period swell. Like the wave itself is moving fast, and if I just with the gear I was on, I felt I was like, on a Porsche, just so direct and fast. I was using the Lift Havoc 92 with the 20 Carve tail, and it was phenomenal. So the surface area of that is 595 square centimeters, considered like a mid aspect ratio foil, and I could pump out to wave behind if I did see something better behind me. But it was just money. That foil was awesome, super fast, and just so much fun. So this section right here is just a little bit before the point where the surfers, the prone surfers, would start, and this is kind of where the wave would start to jack up a little bit. So getting back to getting to the spot, it was an easy cab ride from Trelew and got into the Chicama Boutique Hotel, which is the nicest hotel in Chicama. Kind of bizarre driving, not bizarre, but pretty poor. You can see how people live on the drive there, and then you get into this really nice hotel, really good food, like pool overlooking the water, infinity pool with hot tub, full 9 yards. Stay tuned. I'm going to do a video just on the hotel itself, give a full walkthrough and talk all about that. But got to the hotel, had a bite to eat, and then got on the water. I just felt like I needed to wing first just to get a little bit lay of the land before I hop on a boat. I just wanted that control myself, just to cruise around and kind of get a little bit of the feel. I think that was the right choice for me. And then after that, it was just towing pretty much the entire time. In the mornings, it was usually a little bit cloudy, foggy, hazy in the morning, and we'd get on the water at 7 a.m. and ride till about 10, have breakfast after, and the winds were definitely calmer in the morning. And then in the afternoon, we'd usually ride about 3 till 6 o'clock, and the afternoons were actually pretty windy. Every day it was for like wing conditions, like a 4 meter wing or a 3 meter. Most of the time, like a 3 meter. It was really windy. I only brought a 4, and so I went winging one other time, and it felt slow and draggy after on this like Porsche setup I had for foil. It was just but anyways, it was still wicked to go out. So I did find 2 sessions a day with that nice break in between, about 5 hours. That was a great way to do it. Felt like it was sustainable, and it allowed me to stretch and kind of veg out, eat a bunch of food, which was phenomenal in between my sessions. And this is a good shot of the inside. Like a big set would be around head high in here, but as you can see, you just look down the line and you're just screaming down there, going so fast. Incredible. So much fun. I mean, the whole wave was a lot of fun, but this was, if you could just fly down here, that was a pretty cool sensation, and like a kilometer long. Wow. The wetsuit I wore was a 3-2 wetsuit. I had an impact vest on, which I'm glad I wore. A fellow guy in our group hooked me up. Thank you very much, Peter. Gave me a little bit of warmth. I probably would have brought a 4-3 wetsuit rather than 3-2 in the mornings when it wasn't sunny. I definitely had a chill on, and when you're on a boat with other people, it's pretty tough for the drivers to keep track of everybody all the time. There are periods when you're sitting in the water for 20 minutes up to that. It's just, when there's multiple people on the boat and there's like several kilometer run, things kind of happen. So I would recommend wearing a thicker wetsuit. I like to always err on the side of warmth rather chill, just easier on your body. Feel like you're less fatigued when you're warmer. Your muscles stay looser, not burning as much energy. So we're in a group of 9 people. The oldest fellow, Tommy, he was 67, and he was ripping out every day. I think he missed one session out of it all. And the youngest guy was 24, I believe, and I think it's pretty safe to say we were all like pretty blown away with the spot, and we were all stoked. It was, you could just have one of these waves at home and you'd just be like losing your mind. Meanwhile, you just have like 2-3 hour sessions. Not every single run was like, all-star all the time for this spot, but it was all just phenomenal. Everyone was coming off the water like huge smiles on their faces and totally psyched. It was amazing. Just wanted to talk about the boat drivers for a little bit, because it did vary and it could definitely, I wouldn't say make or break your session, but could play a huge role in how good your session was. First off, I think they're all great guys, and they're all trying their hardest. There's just a difference in their skill ability and probably just how aggressive they were driving their boat. I think some come from a surf background and some were not surfers, and you could tell pretty quick which were which. But there's a lot going on. I mean, they don't know your skill level. They're probably getting a new group in every week, or maybe a new person every afternoon, so it's a lot of figuring each other out. But you can tell the boat driver what you want through hand signals, or just kind of, communicating with them. If you don't like the wave, then maybe don't even let go of the handle and get them to loop around. Definitely helpful if you can speak Spanish, which I could not, but I still made out just fine. So if you get a good one, you'll know quick, and if you're on a bad one, try not to freak out. Still in Chicama, you're still gonna get some incredible waves. You're just gonna have to be a little bit more patient, maybe hold onto the rope and communicate the best you can with the driver. Getting onto the boats, you would start on the beach. You would have the boats down there, and then you'd load up your gear and then drive through the surf. Just the nature of driving through surf on these boats, getting, 3 people on a boat, maybe even 4 if you got 3 riders, it's hazardous in nature. There's gonna be things that happen, so buckle up. My recommendation is, look forward. It might seem really obvious, but just don't watch that wave come and sit up high and not be ready for it. Like, that breaking wave's gonna hit the boat and you're gonna get knocked around, bashed around. So get low in the boat. Maybe don't even sit on the tube, like have half a cheek on it and just use that as support and brace, and hold on to your board and whatever you can grab onto, crouch down, get low and hold on tight, brace for it. Like, you could easily fall out. I think one guy fell out, but get ready for it. Watch out for yourself. Like, bail. Nobody's gonna tell you to hold on tight. Like, you can sit up high and get knocked out easy. So just hold on tight and look out for yourself. The boats generally had like 25 to 40 horsepower motors on them. The good ones were the Yamaha Enduros. Love those Yamaha outboards. But all the sessions, even though I had some drivers that were a little bit green, younger, still got on some amazing waves. So just think of big picture. Sure, there could be improvement, but these guys are working hard. Sometimes when it was windy on that outside section, like, they'd be driving these boats for 6-8 hours a day, hunched over and hitting chop. Like, it'd be brutal on your body, and they're trying to please everybody. If you really want, I thought, this myself one time, if your boat driver's really driving you nuts, or other people are wiping out and you have a few people on the boat, like, go get yourself your own boat, your own driver. Then it's one-on-one, you have total control, and there's zero waiting around. I mean, most of the time I was on a boat with another person, and that seemed to be good. Got a lot of waves, and if you ride them long all the way in, like, your legs are burning, your core is burning, and you're working it the whole time. So it's almost good to have a little break in between. So these next waves I have here are just more from the beginning of the run, or like the outer section of the wave. Definitely each section of the wave has its own feel. They're all amazing and all fun. And you can draw some nice lines and good turns on them. Definitely a little bit more gentle. Probably if you're not super confident wave riding, stick to the outside. You don't have to ride it all the way in to that more powerful, punchy section. But on the outside, they do seem to have more of that size. So all this footage, how did I get that? There's a couple amazing drone guys. Frank, really good photographer in San Carlo. They're both at the hotel, the Chicama Boutique Hotel. There's another hotel right beside, not quite as nice, more apartments, but it looked pretty decent, and I think half the cost. I heard the food was like not as good there, but there's a few options if you're looking into it. But back to the drone, you can organize the drone pilots through the hotels, and Frankie will just actually film you and put you on the big screen at night, and you can talk to him at the bar. He'll gladly sell you some epic footage and pass it on to you. It was $250 for the whole week, and I got more footage than I need. It took me forever to go through. Hard to pick and choose what you want to put up, but good problems to have. Thanks for tuning in, everyone. No matter where you are, what location, just get out on the water and keep that stoke alive. Go get some. Thanks. Just wrapping up an amazing week with David Silverstein here in Chicama, Peru. Foil journey. He did an amazing job looking after us, making sure boats were lined up. Chicama, wow, what a dream come true. These waves are undescribable. You got to get on it on person. You can watch all the videos you want, but you just got to experience it yourself. The Chicama Boutique Hotel, top-notch food, staff, everything, rooms. Can't say a bad thing about it. And this place is truly special, amazing. So if you need to get out here and you don't want to do it fully solo, David's your man. Great guy. We had a great crew of people from all over the world, and it was so much fun.
It was great having you here, Mike. Mike's a tremendous athlete, and great to have him as a guide helping me out with the crew. And every week here is amazing, and I would say magical. Words just can't describe. People can't even picture what the experience really is like. The time that people have on the waves, the learning. We have people who never really foiled on waves before, and the progression is just stunning to watch all week. And it was great to have you here, Mike.
Thanks a lot.